Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. It is a beautiful and I am ready to just dive right into all the crazy drama happening in Salem this week. Honestly, my brain is completely fried from staring at these new Days of Our Lives spoilers for August 18th, but we have a massive amount of ground to cover today. So grab a coffee or whatever you need because I am just going to jump right into it. There is so much happening and I have so many feelings about it that I don't even know if I can get through this without yelling at my screen. So first off, let's talk about Julie and Foster. We are going to see them having another date. They're hanging out at the Horton house in some of the new preview photos, and you guys, the vibe is just weird. Like really, really weird. In one of the pictures, Foster reaches out and holds Julie's hand, and she just looks so uncomfortable. She actually turns her head away. And I'm sitting here looking at this photo thinking, what is going on in Julie's head right now? Is she just not ready for this? I mean, Doug was the absolute love of her life, and maybe moving on is just hitting her harder than she thought it would. Or maybe I'm being too harsh and she's just having an off day, but you get what I mean. It just doesn't look like a happy romantic moment. It looks tense. It looks forced. And honestly, I don't know if I trust Foster yet. The writers have this habit of bringing in these new guys for our legacy characters, and then boom, they turn out to be working for a Demera or something insane. So yeah, I am keeping my eye on Foster. But anyway, their awkward little date gets totally derailed, which is probably a relief for Julie, honestly. Because Johnny suddenly calls her in a total panic to babysit Trey. Why? Because Chanel is going into labor. Yes, you guys, it is finally happening. Chanel is having this baby, and of course it is absolute chaos. Johnny just dumps Trey with Julie and Foster, so now this awkward date has turned into a babysitting gig. And then the three of them, Julie, Foster, and little Trey, end up going to the Brady pub. Because where else do you go in Salem when you are killing time? They are at the pub, and they run into Roman. And the photos show them having this incredibly serious conversation. Roman has that classic deep frown Roman face going on. You know the one. I am almost positive Roman is giving them an update on Chanel, and from the looks of it, things are not going smoothly. Which we will get to in a minute because the hospital stuff is a whole other mess. But while they are at the pub, we also see Ari and Aaron there. And this is actually kind of cute, I won't lie. They are sitting 2 tables apart from Julie and the baby, but they are all smiling and having a good time. Aaron even gets to hold baby Trey, and you guys, the look on his face, he looks so incredibly happy. It's actually really sweet to see him like this, especially because he is spending all this time with Ari after that kiss they shared. He is literally smiling from ear to ear. It's one of those rare, pure moments on this show that makes you remember why you actually like these characters, before the writers ruin their lives with some crazy kidnapping plot. Though, there is a tiny moment where Roman pulls Ari aside for a private chat, and I have to wonder, what is that about? Is he giving her the grand uncle talk? Is he warning her about something? Or is it just family stuff regarding Chanel? Sometimes I swear Roman just exists to walk around town and look concerned about everyone's life choices. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you know it's true. So then, when Aaron isn't at the pub being all heart eyes over Ari, he is hanging out in the Horton Town Square. His good mood is still totally obvious. He is just glowing. And he ends up chatting with Tate and Holly. Now, let's talk about Holly for a second. Because Holly is just standing there in the square, probably trying to act like a normal teenager, but we all know the absolute storm that is coming for her. Fans on social media have been screaming about this for weeks. We all know that Holly is right on the edge of finding out that EJ, her own stepfather, was the mastermind behind the planted drugs that completely ruined her life. Like, EJ orchestrated that whole thing. And Holly still thinks she can trust him. It is going to be a devastating betrayal. And honestly, I am just waiting for Nicole to come storming back into town. You know she is going to come back and absolutely slap the soul out of EJ when she finds out what he did to her daughter. I cannot wait for that scene. But for now, Holly is just in the square, hanging out with Tate and Aaron, completely oblivious to the fact that her entire world is about to explode again. But their little hangout gets interrupted by Gwen. Yes, Gwen is back in Salem. And wait, hold on. This is where I start getting confused and a little bit annoyed with the pacing of this show. Because last we heard, Dimitri was holding Gwen and Leo hostage in some random room in Alemania. Remember? Leo was making this shocking, sacrificial offer to Dimitri so that Gwen could go free. And I guess Leo's plan actually worked, because here is Gwen, walking around the Horton Town Square, totally free. But she left Leo behind. She just left her best friend with her psycho ex-husband. I mean, I know she was kidnapped and probably just ran the second she had the chance, but still. Poor Leo. Anyway, Gwen interrupts Tate and Holly, and Tate actually hugs her, which definitely catches Gwen off guard. She looks so surprised. Apparently, Tate has been really worried about her because she hasn't been showing up to practice. Wait, practice? Are they doing a play or something? I honestly must have missed a week of episodes because I don't remember what practice they are talking about. But whatever it is, Tate is genuinely relieved to see her. It's kind of a nice moment for Gwen, considering almost everyone else in town absolutely hates her guts. Speaking of people who hate her, that hug isn't the only reunion Gwen has. She also gets a visit from JJ. Yes, JJ Devereaux is back and he is talking to Gwen. And let's be real, there is absolutely zero love between these two siblings. None. The history there is just toxic. I mean, Jack's kids have never gotten along, and after everything Gwen has done, JJ probably wants nothing to do with her. So why is he there? Is Jack making him check on her? Is it about Abigail's memory? Or is JJ investigating something? It is going to be a really interesting, probably very tense conversation. After JJ leaves, we see Gwen all alone, looking super stressed, talking on her phone. And I am betting everything I own that she is trying to call Leo. She has to be. She is probably racked with guilt for leaving him in Alemania with Dimitri. Dimitri is completely delusional and obsessive, and who knows what he is doing to Leo right now. If Gwen is trying to organize a rescue mission, she better do it fast, because Dimitri is not exactly known for his patience. Okay, let's pull ourselves back on track and talk about the hospital, because this is where the real heavy drama is happening on August 18th. Chanel is in labor, but it is not going well. She desperately needs a blood transfusion. It's an emergency. So they are doing a blood drive, and a bunch of the hospital residents are stepping up to donate blood for her. And guess who ends up sitting right next to each other in the donor chair? Johnny and Theo. Oh my god, you guys. The tension in this room. You could cut it with a knife. It is so thick. Because they both have so much going on, and they are both just emotionally exhausted. Johnny is terrified because his wife is in complicated labor. And Theo is going through absolute hell right now. If you remember from a few episodes ago, Theo and Chad finally found out the truth about Lexi. They broke into the Demera tunnels and found Lexi, Theo's mother, who supposedly died in 2012 alive, but currently dying again in one of EJ and Doc Rolf's sick underground pods. Theo rushed to her deathbed, and he is just broken. He is heartbroken, he is desperate, and he is keeping this massive, crushing secret from his dad, Abe, to protect him from the pain of losing Lexi all over again. And Johnny knew, or at least Johnny has been covering for EJ. And Theo is absolutely furious. While they are sitting there with needles in their arms donating blood, Theo just goes off on Johnny. He completely criticizes him for lying about Lexi. And honestly, I am 100% on Theo's side here. What was Johnny thinking? No, seriously, what is going through his head? I know Johnny has this weird, complicated loyalty to EJ sometimes, but covering up the fact that your cousin's mother is being kept in a pod like a science experiment? That is low. That is really, really bad. Even for a Demera. Johnny is just sitting there, trying to defend himself, or maybe just taking it, because what can you even say? Sorry, my dad is an evil mastermind who plays God with dead relatives. It's indefensible. And it just shows how toxic the Demera family dynamic always is. They always protect each other at the expense of everyone else in Salem. But Theo is not backing down. He is fiercely protective of his mom, and he is not going to let Johnny off the hook for this. And if Theo yelling at him wasn't enough, Paulina is also there. Because of course Paulina is there, it's her daughter giving birth. Paulina is also donating blood for Chanel. And after she is done, she walks over and has a chat with Johnny. And you just know she is going to rip into him too. Paulina has that fierce mother bear energy. And once she finds out that Johnny was lying about the Lexi situation, or if she just wants to yell at him for stressing Chanel out, she is going to give him a piece of her mind. Honestly, Johnny is just getting attacked from all sides today, but he kind of deserves it. I don't know how they are going to wrap all this up. We have Chanel fighting for her life in labor, Lexi literally fading away in a pod in a tunnel, Gwen wandering around while Leo is held hostage, and Holly just waiting for the other shoe to drop with EJ. The writers are just throwing everything at the wall right now. Some of it is amazing, some of it is incredibly frustrating, but I can't stop watching. Alright, I am exhausted just talking about all of this. What do you guys think? Are you on Theo's side or do you feel bad for John? Do you think Gwen is going to save Leo? Let me know in the comments because I need to talk to people who actually understand how stressful this show is. I'll catch you guys in the next update.